it's us again.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. Good morning, honey. Welcome to another coffee talk with Coffee Moments with Mike and Jayeglenda. And I hope that you're enjoying your day so far. Hope you got your favorite beverage and that you're starting your day off the right way. And we always start our day off together. We've been doing it for a long time now. With our morning, we have our coffee or our tea or whatever we're drinking, and we sit and we talk. So that's what our friends, like I had said before, always asked us, oh my goodness, why can't we have coffee with you? So this is why we're doing this. So you guys can grab your beverage and sit down and have coffee with us. So anyway, I'm working on, you got me started on a book. So if anybody doesn't know, I've written 2 books already, and they're both bestsellers. I'm very proud of that. I'd never written a book before in my life. They were both passion projects of mine. The first one is called, they're both on Amazon, and the first one is called The Doctor, the Wife, the Mistress, and His Girlfriend. And it is a true story of my life that I tell like I'm telling to a friend. So it's a very rare book. It's about 90 pages. I've been had a lot of people tell me that when they pick it up, they can't put it down till they get all the way through it. So it's a very rare book because you can read it in a couple hours in an afternoon. You can read it on a flight. You can read it on the beach, a weekend so you don't have to have like these long books. I don't know how people even have time to read these really long books unless you're retired or something like that. But so it's a very rare book that you can get the whole story and you can get it with a couple hours in the afternoon. It's on Amazon. Again, it's called The Doctor, the Wife, the Mistress, and His Girlfriend. It's a true life story about my life. So passion project of mine. I was very proud. It became bestseller in a bunch of different categories. The second book that I did, I had a really good friend, one of my best friends, Mary Smucker. Anybody knows Mary Smucker? She passed away not even a year ago now. I actually talked to her husband yesterday. He's hanging in there. But anyway, she was young. She's only 65. She's an Amish friend of mine, and we had become best friends over the years. We had done a number of things together, and we had a lot of fun and a lot of things that we did. So when she had gotten sick, when she had first been diagnosed with cancer, unfortunately, and she got sick, she asked me if I would retell some of the stories to her. So I would go over and visit her, and she wasn't able to talk very much or do much, and I would tell her when I was there, I would write down like things, memories that we had done, different adventures we had been on, memories and funny things, and I would sit and read her these little stories. And she would smile, and she would just love the visits. We both loved the visits. It was just great reliving all of those times. So she asked me if I could put it in a book. And so at the time, she was fighting it. We didn't know really where things would take her, but so I said sure. So I really honestly wasn't ready to do another book yet, but she had asked me to do it, and I would do anything for her. So I started to get our pictures together of all the adventures we had been on, friendships, and all the funny stories that we had together, and I put it together in a second book, which also became bestseller. That book is The Hilarious Adventures of My Amish Friend and I. So The Hilarious Adventures of My Amish Friend and I. Her favorite color was purple, so the book cover obviously is purple. Unfortunately, I had put it out to be published on Amazon and had gotten the proof copies back, and I was so excited to tell her that I had it. And I was driving to her house. Nobody knows this. I don't think you know this, but I don't think I've ever told this story. So I was driving to her house with a copy of the book because, she wanted me to do it, but I told her I wasn't sure I was going to be doing it. So in the evenings, I'd be working on it. So I had it, and I was driving to her house, and her daughter called, and unfortunately, she had passed away before I'd gotten to her house to show her the book. But she did know I was thinking about doing it, and so I went back that night and I wrote a tribute to her in the front of the book. So the book was already published, but I redid it. It was a proof copy, so I was able to make changes. So I went in and I made a memorial tribute to her in honor of her, and gave copies to the family and stuff like that. But I don't want this to be a sad thing because the stories are hilarious. That's why it's called The Hilarious Adventures of My Amish Friend and I. And anyways, it's on Amazon as well. So now
the third book.
we're doing a third one.
She's been bugging me for the last couple of years.
Oh, I've been bugging you for a long time about this.
My mother had written a cookbook of different recipes that she's had, and then she would put like little stories, or she'd find things on the internet, maybe a little funny saying or something like that. But she would put a family stories in there, and so she mixed it up with little family stories and recipes of hers. And so I was able to. I didn't have the original file, so I had to retype everything, basically retype the book. And so I have everything done on from the book, but Glenda had told me that it has to be a certain length, and so we're going to add a few more recipes and stories and stuff like that
from us.
And my mother had beautiful handwriting.
Yes, she did. It was gorgeous.
Nobody in the family. There were 7 kids, and nobody in the
Big Catholic family
inherited her writing. I mean, she had just beautiful handwriting, and she worked hard. She was, she did was worked at a local hospital for 35 years, and then continued her working when she went down to Florida.
She tells a story in the book.
So she was over 45 years as a nurse, and then she worked a lot of side jobs. She was a beautician, and she cleaned, and like you said, she wrote this book. Well, she also, when she was in 8th grade, she had quit her school because her family needed money.
A lot of people did back then.
Yeah.
My mom did too. She got her GED.
Yeah, so this back in this would probably be in the 50s. So anyways, eventually my uncle called her and says, hey, let's go get our GEDs. They did, and they got it.
A lot of people did, yeah.
So, and then at the age of 50, I think she was 58 or 59, it's in the book, but she went back she went to college and got her college degree.
That's incredible.
And, just an amazing achievement. And then so I would always say, Mom, you're an inspiration to us all, as a lot of mothers are, to their families, and so the driving force. So anyways, I want to do is publish the book, so I can do is a tribute to my mother, that here we got your book published.
She wasn't able to finish it. I guess she had passed away before she had finished it, and so the copy that Mike had, she had a bunch of stuff like crossed out and said like delete this, add this, throughout her like proof copy. So we had the proof copy to start us off with, but it wasn't a big thick cookbook to begin with. It was just her favorite family recipes and the ones that she made for her big family. And but then when we deleted the ones that she wanted us to delete and stuff like that, it made it not enough. So on Amazon, you have to have a certain number of pages to have anything published. And we have a bunch of stuff. You and I love to go out to eat and try different recipes. And Mike and I both like to cook. He's a master griller. He'll say he's not, but he makes a lot of and I can't wait for the weather to get good because I know we're eating and he's cooking on the grill. I have pictures of him we have a big hibachi grill. I mean, he cooks a lot in the summertime. As soon as the weather gets good, he takes over. But even throughout the year, we both kind of cook together. We both enjoy it. We like to eat out at different restaurants. We always try the best restaurants every so often. Mostly we eat at home because we enjoy it. But we do go out and try different recipes. And we have a couple recipes that we'll add to the cookbook. Some friends, some other funny stories. One of the funniest stories that I have to add this yet, that I think it's so funny that your sister told me, is that so growing up, the grandmother made what was called
Mean and Stew. There's last name of my great grandmother, and she came from Ireland. And I like to. Eventually, we're going to go. I'm going to go there with Glenda.
Her
house is still there.
We want to go see her house.
Owned by a retired police officer. But
anyways,
my other family members have gone there and taken pictures with it, so I'd like to see that. about the only thing I have an interest as far as, but I want to go see that. And so anyways, my dad always made this mean stew. It's just, he says this is a great grandmother and all that.
Her recipe,
And
so they always looked forward to it.
So my sister's in, I think, maybe junior high school or high school, and they're talking about depression stew. Mean stew is boiled water, boiled ground meat, and onions and potatoes.
Whatever they had, pretty much.
So anyways, my sister's in school, and they're talking about depression stew. And they name all the ingredients. Oh, that's mean stew. And she comes home, Dad, what are you talking about? You made it sound like this is a special recipe. It's
depression stew.
And, so
that's so funny.
Anyway, when he would make it in a gigantic pot, and then you boil ground meat. Well, the fat's coming to the top, and
did they leave the fat in there? Or do you scoop it off?
I believe he scooped it off, but it was like it wasn't bad, but
doesn't you're hungry? It's not bad.
Like I said, it was just funny that it was no special great grandmother's hand on throughout the family. It was depression stew.
So anyway, so that's like one of the little stories that we'll tell in the book, and then we'll have the recipe along with it. So what we have done is Mike redid the book with all the adjustments and things that he needed to delete and to add and stuff like that. He's got that part of it done. He just finished that part, and now I'm going to take it over from there, and I'm going to add some of ours. We have some friends that have said their favorite recipes, so we'll add some of that. So it's family and friends recipes that we're going to put into it, along with some stories. So it's going to be very different. I don't think there's any book like that on the market. I really don't think there's any. Maybe there is. Maybe you can tell me if there is. I don't think there is. I think it's just always a lot of pictures and a lot of like food. But ours is going to be a little different. Ours is going to be, not every recipe is going to have a story along with it, but there will be a lot of stories throughout the book, family stories and things like that, and little quotes and things. I know one of the things that I think is really funny is that my cousin, who is a retired surgeon now, pediatrician, he always says that. I think that's so funny. His dad always said, if the good Lord can bless it, you can eat it. So that's a good thing you can tell your kids. My dad used to always say, there's starving people in the world. You need to clear your plate. And then you used to say, your parents said that, but you would say, well, can't we give this to them?
Yeah.
So anyway, hopefully the book will do tremendously and we'll make a lot of money. And like Mike and I always are donating to the food banks with what we're able to do. And I know a lot of people, do that as well. And so we'll see where this goes. I can't make any promises because I don't know if I'll sell one copy or we'll sell 1 million copies. But spread the word. So we're working on that project. But if you haven't checked out my first two books, like I said again, it is The Doctor, the Wife, the Mistress, and His Girlfriend, a true life story. It's based on my life experience, and I hope it's inspirational to you. I didn't want it to be anything but that. We all go through different things in our life, and it's not just about all of that I went through, but I mean, you talk about medical things that you're thrown up on you and a bunch of other things. So I hope it's inspirational to you. That's the reason I wrote it. I wanted somebody to read it that wherever you are in your life, that it gives you hope and strength, maybe that you can say, I can do this. She did it. I can do it too. So I really hope that's what you take away from it. The second book, I hope it just brings you a lot of laughter. I mean, that's just a fun, feel-good book. I hope you enjoy the funny stories. They're all true. They're hilarious, some of them. That's why I call it the hilarious book. It's really funny. And then I hope that this book is going to be different for everybody. I mean, there's 1 million cookbooks out there. So I hope that ours is different in the market, that it, brings something that nobody has out there, and that it's special.
Bring a smile to your face.
That's really it.
Yesterday I talked about cutting a tree down. I did cut that tree down, and I did without no injuries or anything.
He
like
survived,
that,
thank goodness, because he let that policy go.
So no injuries or anything like that. So I was successful in cutting that down.
Yeah, I stayed inside the whole time doing laundry and praying.
Yeah.
Please let him come back. Please let him come back without any. I heard the saw going out there too. I could hear it zzz, 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 and I'm like, well, he's still operating the saw, so he must be okay. Anyway, so you got that done and things. So anyways, we hope that you all, whatever you're doing, what your plans are for the day, make it a great one. Have a magical day.
Take
and
care.
Like I said, if you're not following us on, we're not very good with this technology stuff. But follow us or subscribe wherever you see these videos so that when they come up and they're posted, you'll get a notification so you don't miss it. And until then, have a great day. Take care.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Take care.
And there goes Snicky again.